was he not satisfied with the job that was done? Mind you, this is just one, and we
Yes.
don't know the total number of beneficiaries. But for him to target his siblings and his
Uncle
uncles who would have been beneficiaries
or distributors of the estate.
and or plus
Yes.
distributors of the estate, it then speaks to how people perceive things. So let's talk about how, from your work so far, how do people perceive what they should get as an inheritance? Because again, what keeps striking me is Mushi and Lekki.
So I know that it might be difficult for us just sitting here to try to do like a proper balance of,
Oh,
oh, I have assets here, I have assets here, how will it be distributed?
yeah.
We don't have that expertise because it's not a life case before us. You understand what I'm saying? If, for example, you give me your assets inventory and you say,
No, that man, leave my own. That
okay,
man,
if the
it's
man
a
bring,
life
yeah,
case.
so if the man had his assets inventory before he died, it would have been easier. So let's go back. The person that passed, did he have an AlWassiyah in place? Because it's possible that the man had 50 properties and at the point of distribution they only knew about 5. So beyond the Quran speaking to distribution, you also have to circle back to what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, that anybody that has something to give should not go a fortnight without having something written with respect to it. What Someone will ask me, so why do I have to write if the Quran already says this is how I will share it?
So this is one reason why you should write.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because you would only share what you know. I won't share what I don't know. So it might just be that the person didn't have an AlWassiyah in place. Again, another thing the AlWassiyah does is you can set out dispute resolution mechanism. If there was a document that says if anybody is disgruntled, go to this Sharia panel or go to this or go to that, the guy wouldn't have felt that the next thing was to go and burn everybody. Because if they are not there to inherit, maybe to come to him.
Again, I know you spoke about it and you made mention of, for example, in Lagos, you could go to 1004
Yeah.
Sharia panel. Maybe we should listen to that, watch that episode again, that particular clip where you talked about it to give our audience a better concept and understanding of what you said.
People also say that, oh, since the Quran has spoken about it, my beneficiaries, my Islamic heir, they already know what I want. Beyond knowing what you want, subhanallah, that a dispute occurs, how do you want this dispute resolved? In this part of the world where we live or where we come from, we'll go to the conventional courts to resolve most of our disputes, forgetting that the conventional court would not apply Islamic or Sharia law when handling the affairs of a Muslims, and we have very few Sharia courts. Why not also include this in your AlWassiyah to say that if any dispute ever arises with respect to distribution of my assets, because we've seen this happen even between our Muslim brothers and sisters, how do I want this dispute resolved? You can also have a dispute resolution clause in your AlWassiyah. This saves you a whole lot. This saves your beneficiaries a whole lot of headache with respect to determining whether we should go to the conventional court or we should go to a Sharia court. This is another importance of why, this is another reason why it is important to have an AlWassiyah.
So we've seen it, and again, going back to this case, is there a possibility that, number one, this matter was not taken to this particular special panel that could have brought all the parties together and try and resolve that?
It's possible it wasn't. When things are not documented, people will do anything they like. It's just the same way on the conventional part where someone passes, before you know it, brother, village people and everything, they've gone to take all the asset and they distribute the way they want. Case in point is the one you spoke about the man that passed, his wife is in the village mourning, he has a 10-year-old child. It's the same thing that will happen. But if you have a will, people will know that if I want to contest it, if it's a conventional will, I would go to court. So if you have a dispute resolution mechanism in your AlWassiyah, it is easier for people to vent their anger without killing anybody.
So I think that we are beginning to see on the Islamic side, maybe it used to be, we just did not pay
Yes.
attention to it. There was this other case of the the governor's wife, former governor's
And
wife,
son.
and his son. The fight also was about distribution.
Yes.
There was also another case about distribution also. Sisters, only female children,
Yes, yes, I
and the
recall.
remaining members of the family. Again, I know you will tell me that the Quran has said it. There's a distribution pattern.
Yeah.
Why are people getting, I don't know if I've asked you, getting disgruntled with the distribution formula or the sharing formula, and then are not able to resolve their differences using the mechanism you just spoke about?
Okay, so what comes to mind? Two reasons. Number one, the owner of the asset didn't have an AlWassiyah. Because if you have an AlWassiyah that is properly drafted, there are so many things that it contains. So number one is that you don't have an AlWassiyah. Number two also flows from the fact that you don't have an AlWassiyah. Your Islamic affairs has now gone to a conventional court. The conventional court is going to interpret it, provided there's no AlWassiyah, in line with conventional law. So whether you like it or not, the moment you make that mistake of not having an AlWassiyah, you have disgruntled beneficiaries. Because if you go to the conventional court and they say, oh, distribute it equally, as the son, I'm like, nope, I'm supposed to get double of what my sisters are getting. So you've created additional chaos. So once you fail to document it, either way it goes, you have disgruntled beneficiaries. That's the long and short of it, to be honest.
So one thing is clear, we can't pinpoint what has happened in this
This case,
particular case,
correct.
but it's something we're going to follow because we know somehow it has now become, is it civil or criminal case?
Criminal,
case.
yes.
And so we'll follow the news and let our viewers and our listeners know what it is. But let's close. An important counsel to all our Muslim brothers and sisters listening to us. What would you say to them?
Have an AlWassiyah. Think of the Quran and think of what the Prophet said. We as Muslims know that we follow the Quran and then the Sunnah. So let's marry both together when it comes to estate planning and just have an AlWassiyah. Don't leave things to chance. Don't leave your assets or your inheritance also to the regular conventional courts that will just not do what you want them to do. And don't forget, your wealth and your assets are a manna from Allah. So you'll be questioned about it. Don't think, I've gone now, let them do whatever they want. Nope, nope, nope. Allah is going to question you about your assets.
If you've enjoyed today's show, and again, like I said, it's not the regular ones that you find out there, just subscribe to the link you'll find below so you get all forms of notifications as it relates to the legacy room. Till we meet sometime later to discuss whether it's the conventional or the Islamic estate planning. This is all from us from Quest Trustees saying bye.